am wrando. Croeso I show arall. Thanks for listening. Welcome to another show. Cyfres 3, yr unfed benod ar 20. Series 3, the 21st episode. Treigladau. Mutations. Okay, so today's episode is about these mutations. We've been talking about them a lot. I sort of go through all the introductions that I'm going to do now. Diolch am rando. Grando has become rando. The G has dropped off. Soft mutation. Okay, what else we got there? We got yr unfed benod. So benod is soft mutated from penod because it's a feminine noun. It's been affected by the ordinal. And the rest of the ordinal, ar 20, the vigesimal ending of on 20, gets put on the end there after the noun. So it's yr unfed, and after, we have cynta for the first, but after that, when we've got 1 in the ordinal, such as 11 and 21, we use unfed. So it's yr unfed benod ar 20. There we go. And we got a H prothesis of however you say it, of adding a H onto 20, which is 20, putting a H on it because that's what happens when we're using vigesimal counting. It doesn't really happen anywhere else with R, I don't think, but just 20 in this situation. R causes soft mutation because it's one of the 12 key prepositions. Am, ar, at, dan, dros, trwy, and that's tan, tros, and trwy as well, which all mean the same thing. And then you've got heb, hyd, and gan. Yeah, missed that one out. And wrth, o, and e. Do them in a different way around. But I just know there's 3 A's, 3 D's, a G and 2 H's, and o, o, e at the end. So it's just how I remember them. All A's and all D's, 3 in a row. That's 6 of them gone. And then I remember GH, Grange Hill. Funnily enough, that's how I remember gan, heb, hyd. I just think of Grange Hill. That reminds me. So people have different ways of remembering things. What are we on to now? Okay, so today's episode is all about mutations. And on the web lesson there today, we've got a few more little fancy bits. We've got an interactive table again where when you hover over a line, all the words pop up and give you example words for that mutation as well. So if you're interested in looking at the first one, we've got P as the base letter, or the radical word pobble. So pobble, P-O-B-O-L, is a colloquial version of pobble, which is P-O-B-L, and you put an extra O in for the colloquial version. Pobble is in pobblacum. When it's soft mutated, it becomes bobble. P becomes a B, pobble, bobble. And then we've got nasal, which sounds more nasally, so hobble. And then we've got aspirate, which is fobble, aspirate, which is fobble. So we've got pobble, bobble, mobble, and fobble. Then onto the T's, I'm hovering over the next line. We have the word, and pobble is for people, we know that. Taily is family. So taily soft mutates to daily, and nasal mutates to naily, and aspirate mutates to thaily. And then we have C, which is corff, which means body, and that soft mutates to gorff. Nasal mutates to nghorff, that's N-G-H-O-R-F, nghorff, and chorff, which is the aspirate mutation. So the 3 aspirate mutations there, and then P, T, and C words, you just add a H onto it. P-H, T-H, C-H. So P becomes F, T becomes Th, F as in think, and K becomes H sound. So moving on to the next letter. Bwyd, food, soft mutates to void. Nasal mutates to mwyd. B to an F or B to an M. Nothing else. No more aspirates now. Dillad becomes ddillad. Soft mutates to double D, a D to double D, like a breast enlargement, perhaps. And then a nasal mutation, D to N, which is nillad. So nillad, dillad, ddillad, nillad. Moving on. G drops, so gwaith, which means work, becomes waith. And when we nasal mutate it, becomes ngwaith. NGW, ngwaith. Lleoedd, which means places, becomes leoedd. And that's all there is. We've already done all the nasals and aspirates now. M, mesuradau, which means measurements, becomes vesuradau. So M becomes an F. 2 letters become F then. A B becomes an F soft mutation. And an M becomes an F. So moving on. RH, hr, becomes R, just a R. And the word there is rhannau, which means parts, becomes rhannau, which means parts, soft mutated. So there we are. And the mutations I'm going over in this lesson, so not be so overwhelming because there's hundreds of different ways of mutation. So here's a couple of them, and the common ones are the possessive pronouns de, which means your, which is first person, second person singular, your, as in just telling your mate, your, and fy is my. So de causes soft mutation and v causes nasal mutation. So in the sentence, de bobl di yw fy mhobl I. De bobl di yw fy mobl I. De bobl di yw fy mobl I. Your people are my people. So your triggers soft mutation, often seen as SM. It's not sadism and masochism or anything like that. It's soft mutation. They're all getting kinky in these Welsh books. It's soft mutation. Now we've got Welsh equivalents of Treigladau meddal. So that's TM in Welsh rather than SM. So trademark rather than Superman. Now what else we got? We have... You can practice these mutations using your possessive nouns really easily, because if you say my, anything, it nasal mutates. And if you say de, which is your, as in singular your, that soft mutates. And a, her, as in ei, her, causes aspirate mutation. So you can just say words after those three things. My this, your this, and her this. And that will cause that. So going on, we have... There's a lesson there, and drag different words to say what nasal mutation... What mutation group they belong to. Whether they're aspirate, nasal, or soft. And you got to work them out. A little quiz there on the lesson. Have a go at that. So we've got words like gorff and mhobl. Can you do them? And then on to today's little bits. We've got Treigladau mutations in songs. And I quickly go over some lyrics by Bryn Vaughan, which is Dwi'n cofio dy wyneb yn edrych ar fy wyneb. Dy lygaid yn edrych I fy llygaid. Dy law ar fy ysgwydd ath galon ymhocyd cesail fy nghot. I remember your face, looking at my face, your eyes looking into my eyes, your hand on my shoulder, and your heart in the breast pocket of me coat. Yeah, it's a great song. I love it. It won Song for Wales, Canny Gymru, a number of years ago, and have a listen to that. I've used it as a few examples on the website. And there we go. It's the end of the lesson. It's been great. See you soon.